With profound, humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy, blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 3 of 4.
Etc.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
我们的节目提供多种语言，请看 suprememastertv.com/schedule.
I'm going to talk about the relationship between meat and cancer, because this is one of the main issues in the world of nutrition.
Please stay with us to enjoy this illuminating Congress.
No to vegan? Distance yourself from your own loving heart.
Today's program will be presented in English and Taiwanese or Formosan, with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian.
欢迎亲切的观众，以总称句，这是闽南语的"我是忠诚"的意思。基闽的闽南族人感谢你透过和平的顺遂生活方式，行伫爱的路上。闽南族是台湾又叫做福尔摩沙，特有的原住民族之一。因住伫台东平原的西部山脚，甲台湾华东纵谷南边的冲积平原。自古以来，因建造干蓝式建筑的建筑工艺就足互人学乐的。干蓝式建筑是处理村里事务的所在。这类建筑物是台湾又叫做福尔摩沙原住民族群中上悬也是上大的结构之一。深具灵性的卑南族人，成立万物皆有生灵。此外，因对大自然的尊重甲崇敬，所以大部分的仪式拢和各种农作物的收获季节有关。因嘛拥有丰富的音乐遗产，做一了多位著名的现代音乐家。多年来，足侪位卑南族人得到了金曲奖，此奖时常奉俄罗斯华语世界的格莱美奖，其中包括阿妹张惠妹，伊奉称作是华语流行天后，以及陈建年和纪晓君，这两位是从部落的影响融入因的音乐中的出名流行音乐家。2010年12月，伫杜拜国际展览中心举办第一届中东素食大会，邀请大众做伙探讨植物性的生活方式。活动由中东素食组织主办，由2010年中东天然有机产品店的赞助，阿拉伯联合大公国杜拜卫生局的合办。2天的活动提供了研讨会、专题座谈。全球各专家的影音信息放送，以及活力的素食大餐。此外，大会特别邀请青海无上师孙素者 透过时信的演讲，加遵守环保永续的实务选择。演讲之后，并向参加会议的人进行问答，并发表了阿拉伯文版的国际畅销册《真爱基母，我的鸟友兄弟》。在一个发表进前就已经销售1空。《真爱基母，我的鸟友兄弟》由阿布达比政府下属的阿布达比媒体公司附属的联合印刷和出版公司出版。
MEVEG go green to save the planet, yo!
阮即马就邀请你做伙观赏第一届中东素质 MEVEG 大会，这场会议的第22集。2003年12月7日，伫阿拉伯联合大公国杜拜举行。阿拉神拉什蒂博士伊将讨论食肉、癌症、甲营养之间的关系。
Now we all think the heart is a muscular pump, which it is not, because you didn't have a heart for 20 weeks in a mother's womb. So heart is nothing. Heart is only giving a twist. And that's very important because have you seen your bathtub when you take a bath? The last part, have you seen, Ma? What happens to the water at the end? Let's see. What happens? Good girl, you're right. Come on. It whirls. Do you see that last bit? So the heart simply gives a whirling to the blood, and then the whirling collects energy and the blood flows. So our concept, see, this is a whirling. I'm showing you the inside of the blood vessel, how the thing whirls. Now we have got different waters with energy. You can whirl, can change, and your blood pressure, heart disease can all be controlled by that. Now this is water. And water is a structure. And this is what you are taught in the school. Water is H2O. Is that right? No, that's simple. There's only chemistry. This is a water structure. Very complicated structure. And it's loose bonds there. And you can put any medicine molecule there. I know my time is up, but I'll show you something very interesting. Give me 1 minute. Okay? I'll be grateful to you because something very interesting, exciting. Now this, we can put anything. We put a silver nanoparticle there, so no germs can come. And see what happens now. This is a silver wire. You put little water there, stimulate it, you get silver nanoparticles. Now this is a boy who cut his finger. In America, it cost $60,000 to re-suture that finger. So this was about 1995. So this was a finger, 16th May 1995. We put the silver on top and then stimulated, changed the polarity. Now 3 days later, the finger is all clean. We didn't do nothing except the silver. And after that, the finger has grown half an inch. And you see the finger has grown almost full. And now you have the whole finger. And if you want to know what the finger was like, that's where it is. This is energy healing. And what is important, there's a message here. Each time you remove the bandage, there used to be a glistening stuff inside. We scrape it and send it to the lab. They say, we don't know where it is from. I said, we too don't know where it is from. Don't worry, but tell us what it is. After several laboratories, somebody said, oh, this is pluripotent stem cell. Mind you, human body can create its own stem cell like a salamander in your house. Have you seen a salamander cut its tail? It grows on its own. You and I can't do that because we get infected. And here is a method to avoid that, and you get a figure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Hegde. That was really very interesting. And it told us that the body can heal itself, right? I mean, we are all used to shortcuts in life, right? We like to get things done quicker. There's so much to do. So if I have a headache, it's easier just taking a Panadol rather than me sitting there and doing Reiki or something like that, because it takes a lot of time. Who's got the time? I don't know where we are running. We are running somewhere, but we have no clue where we are actually going. But the thing is that the natural products or the universe has healing there. But do you know what's stopping us? Actually, the pharmaceutical giants. I mean, I have a constant battle. I take medicines for my arthritis, agreed. But when I go to the doctors, I try to put in earplugs. Because what they want to tell me, I don't want to hear. I don't want them telling me that, oh, if you don't take this drug, you're going to be in a wheelchair. And the first moment my knee starts hurting, I say, oh my God, this vision of the wheelchair keeps coming into my mind again and again. So I thought, khalas, I'm not going to the doctors. If I go to the doctors, I'm not going to listen with it totally. The body has a self-healing power. I won't take much of your time. The only thing is that when I had my arthritis at a younger age, Like anybody who gets cancer, diabetes, whatever, I ask the question, why? You know, the first thing is why? God, why me? You know, we all ask that. And then I started exploring deep into that. And everything has a purpose. And when we get the disease, it is a clear indication that something needs to be purified in our life so that we can pass things forward. If I didn't have the disease, I would not perhaps be empathetic towards all the other people who have autoimmune disease. I would never have gone into the research. I do a research all the time about how people can heal their diseases or ailments through food. In fact, I did a program on TV. It was on cancer. And the 5-6 things that came up, the abbreviation for is BBBCC. BBBCC. And that is broccoli, beetroot, black grape, carrots, and cabbage. Wallahi, there is so much healing in these. If we don't do anything else and just start exploring all these vegetables and all the nutrients, we can really heal ourselves. So a big hand for Dr. Hegde as well. You know what the biggest blockbuster, do you know what blockbusters are? Blockbusters are drugs that give millions and millions of dollars to the pharma industry. And the biggest blockbuster in the world, even though there are so many diseases, is Prozac. What is Prozac for? Oh, depression. And what do people do? They just say, oh, I'm depressed. I think I'm depressed. I'm stressed. Let me pop some pills. And it never has the impact because the symptoms might go down, but the problem still remains. So all these ideas about breathing and yoga, that can really heal ourselves only if we are tuned towards it, right? Isn't that true? Excellent. So now we will be having a very interesting topic by Dr. Arash Rashidi. First, let's give a big hand to Dr. Hegde. Thank you so much, Dr. Hegde. I really enjoyed your presentation, especially about global warming, how he's put it into such an interesting perspective. And a little bit about Arash. It was a pleasure talking to him last night over dinner as well. He had lots of good ideas to share. He was born in Tehran. He did his BSc, MSc, and PhD, all in nutritional sciences at Shahid Behishti University of Medical Sciences, Tehran. As a human nutrition student, Arash was initially very interested in biomedical sciences, but gradually he shifted his studies into nutrition, epidemiology, community nutrition, and food and nutrition policy and planning. In years, he's shown, so much enthusiasm with R&D and with developing new functional foods, etc. He is also doing his MBA program in Mahan Institute, and he has co-authored scientific articles in 17 local and international journals. On the other hand, he's a language lover and he enjoys his learning French, and his hobbies are traveling and trekking. So let's put our hands together for Arash.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Professor said yesterday about 3 difficult things in the world. I remember the third one is to speak after a good speaker. I'm not really comfortable to talk after you, but anyways, because this is my responsibility to be here and talk to you. First, thank to all the organizing committee to invite me for this conference, this festival, and my presentation. I'm going to talk about the relationship between meat and cancer, not because we are in a vegetarian conference and not because I'm an ovo-lacto-vegetarian, but because this is one of the main issues in the world of nutrition. You know that I'm a nutritionist, and that's why different food items, different dietary patterns are important to us. 4 facts. Cancer is the second cause of death, mortality in the world in most societies. However, we know that in some societies, accidents and injuries are the second one. But in most societies, I can guess even in Emirates, in Iran, in this region, in Western world, cancer is the second one. But more than this, which you cannot find in any textbook, is the second fact. This is the first, let's say, cause of fear and anxiety. For healthy people, it may come up from somewhere, one day, nobody knows. And then the treatment is much tougher than coronary vascular disease as the first cause of mortality and death. And even it is a fear and anxiety for the family of the patient, even for the health staff. So in terms of the quality of life, it's very important to try something, make research or do research or find good management alternatives to manage cancer. The third fact is, especially because of these two, and of course this is economy, this is business, billions of dollars each year is spent for research and management of cancer. And sometimes this is an opportunity because I know many of my friends who were going to continue their graduate studies for PhD. If you have a proposal on cancer, money is there because everybody can support it. The fourth one is nutrition and lifestyle play as a major role. There is an estimation from the American scientists. They have shown that 30 to 40% of causes of cancer can be related to nutrition. And if we add other aspects of lifestyle like stress, like alcohol drinking, like cigarette smoking, then it would be a very big share of cause. Because of all those facts I mentioned, in this, let's say, decade, around 2000, there was a group of scientists. They gathered together with a big money and they tried to collect all information and research results to see which cancer can be related to which food items. And you can see the cover of the report of the research. And here I have brought the book. This is a joint activity by World Cancer Research Fund and American Institute for Cancer Research. Many scientists were in, and several universities in UK, in United States, in Italy, in Holland, Wageningen University. So they collected all valid research. I'm trying to convey this message correctly. Valid research, because as Professor said, there are lots of research, lots of articles, but they are not valid because there are some problems in sample size, in methodology, in analysis, in interpretation. These scientists, these great scientists, try to collect the valid research, put them together, review them, and draw their conclusion. Which food item can cause which, or act as a risk factor for which cancer type. And this is a 500-page report. You can download it on internet freely. Even you can ask the organization, they will send it to you free of charge. The last page of this report is a matrix, and I will show you there to show the relationship between different types of cancers and different food items or different risk factors. I like this sentence very much because at the beginning of this report, the principal investigator of this project says, WCRF, this is World Cancer Research Fund, also appreciated the parallels between causes of cardiovascular disease and cancer. In general, recommendations in this report to prevent cancer will also be of great relevance to cardiovascular disease. And this is a very important point in science today. Cancer, diabetes, hypertension, coronary vascular disease, stroke, they are not separate. So it doesn't need to take different strategy to prevent them. If you have healthy lifestyle, you can prevent, because these scientists says after the review, that recommendations for cancer prevention is similar to recommendation for cardiovascular disease. And it's very interesting that scientists have shown even in a community with undernutrition, then there is a risk of overnutrition. So they are not different diseases. There are same roots for different disease. So it seems that all societies are in a process, but in different stages. It doesn't mean that undernutrition, wasting, stunting is different than obesity. Now we know that people in less developed countries, they are experiencing more obesity. It means that poverty and obesity are linked together. It's not the affluence that cause obesity. There is the only one exemption, which is alcohol. The recommendation of alcohol consumption is totally different from cancer prevention perspective and cardiovascular disease perspective. In this report, you will have 3 levels of evidence. If the relationship between one risk factor or protective factor with a type of cancer is really strong, I mean, we have enough data to say there is a link, they name it convincing. They say this is convincing evidence. It means that we are sure, almost sure. With this level of knowledge and science, we are sure. If there is a moderate relationship, it is probable. And if there is a weak relationship, but it doesn't mean there is nothing, it seems there might be some relationship, but we need more studies and more research to confirm it. Then it is limited suggestive.
Going plant-based and losing 25-30 kilograms and changing my life for the better, it really opened my eyes to see that this is really the future of how I want to live my life. The evidence is clear. The future is definitely plant-based. His Royal Highness Prince Khalid bin Alawid bin Talal, vegan.
恁厝的观众，感谢你观赏今日的智慧之语的节目第1届中东硕士 MEVEG 大会，请明仔载继续观赏这场启发人生会议的第23集。所来是勇敢忠诚的乌克兰，又叫做尤兰人民2集之语。愿天国的众生帮助俺所有的人认识真正的高贵甲慈悲。
Benevolent viewers, thank you for your presence today for the first Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom. Please join us tomorrow for part 23 of this illuminating conference. Coming up next is The Courageous and Faithful Ukrainians or Uranians, part 2 of 2. May the celestial beings help us all to awaken to true nobility and compassion.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.